All right, welcome into the Third and Wrong YouTube video today, boys. We got Mikey, Gage, and I all in for a video. We got some updated overlays for you guys as well. Just a clean, fresh
Mine's
new
the
look.
best.
Yeah, Gauges. I went all out on Gauges, so
He
gotta
even used
send some
brown
respect to the
and
boys.
orange.
Yeah, I went the full board for you. I only got two colors on mine.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mikey. I got you your Patriots colors.
Mm-hmm.
Color picked it from the logo and all, but
Well, hell yeah.
Damn.
how have you guys been? It's been a minute.
Terrible.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Let's go Browns. We're winning the Super Bowl this year.
Perfect. Yeah, they
Patrick Mahomes,
definitely will not win the Super Bowl this year because the Chiefs already won it. But if you are in this video, we got a good video for you guys. We're gonna break this up into 4 different parts, but we got a mock draft from the Third and Wrong crew. We got a regrading of the 2022 NFL draft, so last year's draft.
Plot twist: Ravens and Steelers and Bengals all get Fs.
Yeah.
No bias.
And we also will do a video specifically on the Browns so far this offseason, and then the Patriots so far this offseason. So we got a whole collection here. If you're watching this, buckle in. We got a good show for you guys. But let's get into it.
Tick it or click it.
Yeah.
All right, welcome to our DNG Third and Wrong mock draft. This is actually, we read into the future, got that same book that they have in Back to the Future. These are going to be the exact picks that go down.
No, I believe it.
So pick number 1 is going to be CJ Stroud. I'm not going to mess around with that because he's the best quarterback on the board. I don't need a twig to get crumbled like Tua did last year and Bryce Young.
Nice. Mikey, you are on the clock.
It's
Horns up, baby. Let's go Texans.
the Patriots in the NFC South, as everyone likes, or NFC South, AFC South. Good lord, they're going to be going with Bryce Young.
Bryce Young. I like it. And the Cardinals make a surprising trade to the Indianapolis Colts.
For Kyler Murray?
Oh, no!
No, they don't.
We gotta restart this.
Oh, no. Why?
It's not taking my trade. Darn. I really thought I could do it.
Why were you going to... What are you trying to get? Who is that?
I'm trying to get the Colts to go up to number 3 so I can make their pick.
Why do you have to go up to number 3 and make their pick?
Because then you will make the pick.
Oh, see.
Oh, yeah.
Well, who are
What?
the Cardinals taking?
This is bullshit.
Well, who are
Alright.
the Cardinals taking?
Okay, so the Cardinals are going to be taking Will Anderson, obviously.
Alrighty. So obvious you take Anthony Richardson here kind of deal, but I've listened to some things from Chris Ballard, and he talks about taking the right guy, and if you don't take the right guy, all he does is he's going to shut you guys up right now because he took the quarterback, but then he's going to be the first one out the door. You got Drake May and Caleb Williams up here. You guys didn't win the Super Bowl this year with the rookie QB. Why take a Will Levis or Anthony Richardson? I'm taking Jalen Carter.
Jalen
For the Indianapolis Colts. Mm-hmm. How much pain does that put you in?
I don't really care. It's just a mock draft.
No, I'll take Anthony Richardson.
Oh, okay. Called your bluff right there.
I just figured the video wasn't going to go unless I picked Anthony Richardson.
There you go. All right, Mikey, you are back on the board with the Seattle Seahawks.
Jalen Carter.
Boom. I like
Boo,
it.
that was my pick.
Boo.
Alrighty. So we got the Detroit Lions here. Some might go Will Levis in this spot, but I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go Christian Gonzalez. I like him as the cornerback there. I would go with Tyree Wilson, but I feel like they have a good defensive line right now, and they do need more help in the DB position.
Funnily enough, that's who I'm going with, Mike. Just Tyree Wilson for the Raiders.
Las Vegas Raiders, perfect.
Oakland, Los Angeles.
Chokeland Raiders.
Man, they need a lot of help. Let's go. They just signed Taylor Heineke, so he's going to be the starter. They don't need quarterback. What's this thing on?
They got Desmond Ritter.
Yeah, but
Yeah, they're loaded. They don't need a Will Levis.
yeah, they're loaded. I mean, let's go Quentin Johnson.
Quentin Johnston. That's
At number 8, that's wild.
no, that's fine. Mikey's got his own opinions.
No,
Yeah, 'cause
that's
I don't
not
want
our
Patriots
opinions. This is
drafted.
facts. We got this in the future.
My mock draft, I have Quentin Johnston falling out of the second or into the second round.
Yeah, no, some guy was like, Quentin Johnson coming out of the falling out of the first round is laughable. That was
Yeah,
the first comment on the video.
Paris Johnson Jr. I like as tackle there for the Chicago Bears. But no, yeah, that the Quentin Johnson falling out of the first round, I think is very real. He's 6'2", and if you love his yak ability, yeah, great. But I don't know. I feel like you get more out of someone like Josh Downs.
Yeah. I'm taking Lucas Van Ness with the Eagles here.
I like that.
Yeah.
Great
He's a
size.
stud.
He's young. Yeah, I like it a lot.
And their edge positions and D-line are just getting older. And they keep bringing them back for 1 year. Eventually, they're going to not be able to come back, and you're going to need quality people to step in. So
Philly fans are very opinionated, and almost any pick that you pick there is the wrong pick. You shouldn't have picked it. So
yeah, well, you guys should have won a Super Bowl. So
they have.
no, I'm not sure.
Oh, but they have won one.
That's great.
All right, moving on. Mikey, you are getting a lot of blue and red teams.
Peter Skronsky.
Peter Skronsky. Like it. Solid tackle for the Titans that need solid tackles.
They need everything on the line.
Yeah. The Houston Texans. If I'm on the board here for the Houston Texans, they get Bryce Young. I think it would be pretty good to go with a Jackson Smith and Jigba. But just making sure I'm not missing someone a little bit more obvious. Because, they did get D'Amico Ryans. So defense might actually be more of their preference here. You know what? Let's go in Jigba.
Dang.
Get that elite threat. And then worry about defense later.
Scroll down a little bit.
This is in the world that they have Aaron Rodgers and they didn't trade the first round pick.
No, they don't have a quarterback, actually. So I'm going to go Will Levis. They're not getting Aaron Rodgers.
No, I'm saying we are doing this as if he is there.
Well, then this is the Packers pick.
No, I'm saying in the world that they traded for Aaron Rodgers and not have to give away their first round pick, because that's still a shot.
Okay. Go up. I don't think they need him, but Devin Witherspoon, I think, is the best player
Okay.
on the board. And you get 2 round corners to lock down for the
Foreseeable
next
future.
5. Yeah.
I like it. I can't hate on it. Mikey, your boys are on the board.
That was my pick.
Get an upgrade here with Will Levis.
Honestly, it's probably about the same.
That's why you guys are getting Lamar Jackson.
I'm not getting Lamar. We don't have that much money.
Bro, you don't need that much money. Lamar didn't even have an agent. Bill Belichick didn't work some voodoo shit.
It's between Brian Branch and Joey Porter Jr. here. And
Why not wide receiver?
Why not offensive tackle?
how about you let me make my
car?
Dude, I get eaten alive by Patriots fans every time I do a mock draft. Because like, they're not going to pick that. Just like, yeah. So,
That's every team, bro.
yeah. No. But Patriots and Eagles fans are the worst.
Oh, this is kind of tough. I'm stuck in.
What does your heart tell you?
My heart tells me Joey Porter Jr. because we need to get rid of that bum that we try to pass off as a corner named Jalen Mills. Dude's freaking trash. So maybe Joey Porter can take his spot in the lineup and just have him keep falling down the depth chart. So yeah, let's go with Joey Porter.
Perfect. I like it. All right. This is my pick now. The Green Bay Packers just shipped off Aaron Rodgers. They need to build a world for Jordan Love.
Will Levis.
I usually do Dalton Kincaid here because I feel like that would be good. But if I'm the Green Bay Packers, maybe we take a second to breathe here.
Brian
Brees would be a really good pick, I feel like.
That definitely helps out Jordan Love.
But I'm going to go with Roderick Jones. Give him a solid tackle. They're getting older on the offensive line, so gives them a future left tackle for whenever Mr. Bakhtiari leaves. Yeah. But, Gage, you got the Commanders. There they go, Will Levis. We go.
That's what I'm trying to think.
Dalton
It's like, do
Kincaid.
you think they go with Will Levis, or do you think they continue to let him slide?
I think if I'm the Commanders, I think you stick with Sam Howell like you already said you're going to do. You got Jacoby Brissett as a backup. Basically, kind of your last shot with your head coach. So I don't think good quarterback's going to save him. That's my opinion.
Scroll down a little bit.
Yeah.
Who are the Commanders wide receivers?
They got
Curtis
Terry
Samuel.
McLaurin,
Terry.
Curtis Samuel. They also got the
Jahan Dotson.
Yeah, Jahan Dotson. And
Jahan
then
Dotson, that's right. I knew there
the
was
guy out of
somebody
UNC. That one really fast wide receiver out of UNC.
Yeah. Keep going. Go back up. I'm just going to take Nolan Smith.
I like it.
They love taking D-line in the first round, and they're really good value right there. And they can't pay all of them. So eventually, they're going to lose somebody.
All right, Mikey, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers on the board for you.
Let's see. Scroll down a hair. Okay, all right. Harrison right there. Well, I didn't say. Oh, Anton Harrison, Oklahoma. I almost messed that up.
Perfect tackle
Good job.
out of Oklahoma. I like it.
I almost said something different. Would not have made a lot of fans.
So, we got the Detroit Lions here. They could go Will Levis here. He's still on the board. I feel like this fall is happening more and more. But let's see. Who can we put in there that make a big impact? They took Christian Gonzalez first, so that's corner. Elijah Cansey would be fun. think the one I'm going to go with, though, is Brian Brissy. Mainly because I think the Lions are going to prefer his size.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that fall ends here, and I think Will Levis goes and backs up Baker Mayfield because he loses his starting job.
Yeah.
I still got faith in you, Bake. Not really, but.
All right, Mikey, you got the Seahawks. They originally took Jalen Carter off the board.
Jalen Carter.
Jalen had it. I'm gonna go Brian Branch.
Ooh, that's a good pick right there. He's kind of falling. I like that. The Los Angeles Chargers. A lot of really good options here. I'm gonna say that they might prefer Jordan Addison over Zay Flowers. I know that's kind of a pick your flavor deal, but I'm gonna go Jordan Addison. He's played in LA. Gage.
Do I go
Go with the legit pick. Don't screw
Zay
over the
Flowers
Ravens.
or Deontay Banks?
I'd go Deontay Banks.
That's what I think that they would do. Because I know they need corner.
And they prefer to fill up corner than wide receiver.
Yeah, than wide receiver. They just got Nelson Aguilar, so. Yeah, Deontay Banks.
Hey, what a beast, dude.
I like
so
it.
good, bro. So not good.
That's an all-star signing for the Ravens when it comes to wide receiver group, bro. Okay, chill.
Yeah.
He's not even 33 yet.
Mikey, you got the Minnesota Vikings. Is this where Elijah Cansey stops?
Nope. Miles Murphy.
Miles Murphy, I like it.
They have T.J. Hawkins or no T.J. Wait, what?
They do have
they
TJ
do
Hawkins.
have-
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
They do have him.
Yeah, he is there.
he is there.
All right, the
So they don't need a tight end.
Jacksonville Jaguars. Bijan Robinson would be kind of interesting there.
Well, brother, this guy stinks.
Who did I have? Oh, I had Deontay Banks going there before, but I'm trying to fill this out. See where the Jaguars might go. I do feel like tackle is a sneaky pick because didn't they just lose Juwan Taylor?
They lose Juwan. Yeah.
It's a sneaky pick. He's just really big, and I don't know the likelihood of him, surviving without getting injured. But I'm gonna go with someone that I think is a little bit higher on my board than here. I'm gonna go with Cam Smith. I really like his zone
South
ability.
Carolina, right?
Yeah. I feel like he would be a really good slot corner, which is a big deal. But he can also play anywhere that he needs to play zone. I think he has really good instincts there. But I like Cam Smith to the Jaguars. New York Giants, Gage. Who are you picking? Zay's still on the board here.
He is. Josh Downs. I like Josh Downs.
You like Josh Downs more than Zay Flowers?
No, but yes.
You want me to pick him?
No, just take Zay Flowers. I think that's a smarter pick. I like Josh Downs more,
Okay.
but I think the Giants will take Zay. They would take Zay Flowers over.
All right. All right, Mikey.
Is this where Elijah Canty finally goes?
Yeah, Mikey, your favorite team.
Yeah, I think so. Kalijah.
Like it. See, this is an interesting one because the top 3 picks are all picks that I feel like the Buffalo Bills could just take. And I feel like at this point, might as well because you're picking at the end of most of the other positions. They got a good tight end in Dawson Knox, but I don't think he's world beating. But pairing Dalton Kincaid with Josh Allen would be so fun to watch. So I'm going to go Dalton Kincaid.
And unfortunately, I think the Bengals go Bijan Robinson here.
Ooh. Him and Joe Mixon, at least for the time being, would be crazy.
Yeah, 1 year for Joe Mixon, and then Bijan takes completely over. Get that cap space from cutting Joe Mixon
And get an arguably better running back too. I know Joe Mixon's really good, but like I feel like Bijan has.
I mean,
that.
Samandre Pirine, in fairness, was better than Joe Mixon last year. Like Joe Mixon seemed to be off all year. Kept just like running into. I mean, apart from that one game where he scored 4 touchdowns in the first half, like he struggled running the ball, which it could be amounts of many things. But when Pirine came in there, he did more with less. It looked like,
Mm-hmm.
and they just lost Pirine to the Broncos, so I think it's a good deal for him.
Yeah. Alrighty. We got McDonald. Will McDonald edge out of Iowa State?
Facts.
A promising edge
farm.
rusher that didn't get a lot of opportunity at Iowa State?
Facts.
Boom. All right.
That sounds like
Love it.
UTS made
What?
nothing. Keep going.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sounds like Davenport a couple years ago from UTSA.
Oh, yeah.
Marcus Davenport for the.
All right. So the Eagles took Lucas Van Ness edge. So maybe they don't prefer to go edge right now. They did just re-sign Lane Johnson, and they have some tackles already in the board. So kind of going to look over tackle for now. They did re-sign 2 big corners with James Bradbury and Darius Slay, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of takes a cornerback off the board. But then you're getting into positions that you don't really see the Eagles wanting to take. So to me, you have position versatility with Lucas Van Ness, and then you have a little bit of the same with my boy Felix Anudiki Uzama. Just give 2 beasts to that defensive line. I feel like would be more than unfair, and I think they can flip them if they need to trade down the picks eventually or whatever. But if that's how the board falls, I feel like that would be a good way to work the board. Josh Downs is a sneaky pick there too, though. And then Chiefs, Mikey, or wait, no, Gage.
Gage.
Yeah, scroll down a little bit. I'm gonna go Jahmyr Gibbs.
I saw Jahmyr Gibbs, and with that running back.
Do they go another first round running back?
I just don't think they do.
I don't think they do. I think they listen. I think they listened to what happened last time when they picked up Clyde Edwards-Helaire. That everyone, I don't know how they were convinced by, but
Yeah.
um,
Dwan Jones is an interesting pick there. I don't know how he fits, but
yeah, I would take a set.
Adebawore.
I'm thinking of Cyrus Torrance, but I'm trying to remember who their guards are.
They got good guards. They got Tooney and is it Trey Smith or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ojulari's nice.
Yeah, that's actually go back up. Who's the other edge rusher that's up there? Is it just
so Ojulari,
BJ?
yeah, Ojulari, Adebawore.
I'd pick Ojulari over him.
Okay, I like it.
Because they're using Frank Clark most likely.
Yeah,
They
I like
said
BJ
that.
Ojulari. He's not all the way there yet, but I think he has really good potential. But yeah, this is our first round mock draft. We got some spicy picks, I feel like. Jalen Carter to the Seahawks would be a good move, but not one that I see all the time.
I feel like I think I like our first one more. I think our first one's more realistic. I think this one was more like, well, they could do something like this.
Well, I do feel that way, but I also feel like now that we have more information on the quarterbacks, I feel like this is going to fall a little bit more closer to the board.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's one that I feel like is really good. I think Brian Branch to the Seahawks would be really good.
I can see going 26 is a good steal.
Yeah. Oh, butt whooper.
Joey Porter's a pretty good pick if I do say so myself.
I do like that pick. Yeah, Joey Porter. I don't think he's the flashiest corner right now, but I think he probably is the most mature corner, like going into it. So I do kind of see that pick.
How mad were you that I took Devin Witherspoon right before your pick?
I was pretty upset. That was actually my pick.
Oh. All right, so now we are going to go take another turn and look back at the 2022 NFL draft, so last year's draft, and we're going to give you our grades for each pick as a retrospective, hindsight's 2020 kind of deal. So we're going to go through these
garbage.
Yeah, we're going to go through these picks, kind of get, just talk about it. I think, we're going to try and stay general and not be like A+, A-. We'll just go A, B, C, or D, or F if, we get there. But looking back on it, Trayvon Walker to the Jaguars was crazy. But, now, looking back on it, what would you grade the Jaguars pick here?
Are we grading just his performance, or are we grading in what they missed because they took somebody?
Yeah, we're looking hindsight
2020.
2020. Yeah.
I think that Trayvon Walker did all right. I think just him was like a solid B for his rookie year. I think that it's probably a lower B, higher C kind of pick because I think Aiden Hutchinson was better.
Yeah.
And I think everyone knew that before the draft. And I think it was. I think it should have been Aiden Hutchinson there instead of the Trayvon Walker. That being said, they made the playoffs. They played really well. Trayvon Walker contributed. So I mean, you can't hate on it. I don't think they're sitting there like, man, I wish we got somebody else.
Yeah. Mikey, your thoughts?
I concur with all that. I think. He showed out. He had moments. Why he was a number one overall pick. It's not like he was terrible in any means. It was kind of like a 1A, 1B kind of with those two guys. But I think Aiden Hutchinson still had that little over him. But I mean, Trayvon Walker, I think with this first year in the NFL, and then I think he will grow. Maybe in a couple years we come back and this could end up being a A+ hindsight 2020 type deal, like Dylan keeps saying. But I think it was still a good pick. I give it a high B overall.
And wait, let's just look at this out of pocket NFL comp right here.
Quiddy
Who in the hell is comparing Trayvon Walker to Quiddy Pay?
I think Trayvon Walker's more like Jadeveon Clowney.
Well, yeah, like anyone else. Anyways, but
I think I should preface this with saying we all were extremely high on Sauce Gardner, and he was probably the best player in the draft in general. So I know I am tired of positional value stuff, and you don't want to take corners too high. But we all knew it. We talked about it the entire time. I would have taken Sauce at first. I think you would have taken. I think he would have performed the way he did this year with any team.
Let's move on to the Lions. Let's not jump too far ahead. All right.
Just keep going. It's my turn to talk.
Yeah, hold on. All right, so we'll move on to the Detroit Lions here. Mikey, your thoughts here on the Detroit Lions?
Is there anything higher than an A+?
There's an S tier, maybe. We can do that.
This was an S tier pick.
Okay.
Because, we just said the Jaguars, they didn't really mess up taking Trayvon Walker because I think the upside on Trayvon Walker and his ceiling is still extremely high. But the one that was ready to go right now that will play the best in the NFL was Aiden Hutchinson. So this is an S tier pick. Absolutely killed it with that. Got their boy. I mean, look at it. What does that say? 6'7", 260? Is that what that says?
Yeah.
Dude.
I don't think he's 6'7", though.
Yeah, maybe he's 6'6", 6'5".
Still around there. Dude's
still pretty big.
Runs fast, hits hard. Dude just has a motor. This is a
nice pick,
bro.
Yeah, I agree.
Homeboy did better at coverage. Homeboy had more picks than Derek Stingley.
All right, so that brings us to the Houston Texans taking Derek Stingley. What a weird pick, because one, they picked for the wrong coach, the wrong player. So you say B tier?
D.
Oh, D tier.
Dog shit. D.
Gosh, yeah, I mean, I actually agree. Like he had some good plays. He had some good plays.
Yeah.
Like he made some highlights, but like, what like how do you like pass up on Sauce Gardner?
We talked about it. Go back and check the receipts. They literally drafted this fool for tape that he had 2 years prior that he didn't even come close to again from practice videos.
As a freshman,
Sauce Gardner locked freaking down Alabama. Anybody that was on him, nothing. You didn't get anything. He didn't allow a touchdown.
Yeah, I think this is a little like overthinking that happens in the draft. So I agree with the D here.
Yeah, we were like, are you kidding me? It's gonna have to, and then we watched the draft and it happened, and we're like idiots. Like,
I feel like this would be more of a C or B pick if we were like, oh, we thought he was going to be this great quarterback, and then he just had an off year. But like we expected this to be like a not the best pick here, and then it proved us right. But that leads us here to the number 4 overall pick. And I think this is the best pick of the draft. So I'm going to say S tier as well, but like this is going to be also the best pick of the draft.
I think in the first round. I think you can make an argument that's Mullen.
Huh?
I think in the first round, I think you can make an argument that Tariq Woolen is probably the best pick in this draft.
Yeah,
that he was in the 5th round and was elite. Yeah. But I think Sauce Gardner is the best player in the draft.
Oh yeah,
like we was a beast.
And then that brings up the next one, Kayvon Thibodeau. I think this one is a B pick because he did show some good ability, but he was in and out of the field, in and out of being productive, but ultimately showed flashes of being a really legit edge rusher.
I think like stuff like this just kind of goes to show, not goes to show, but like just helps you appreciate like somebody like Myles Garrett, who's just an absolute freak. Like I remember the Browns when they were doing it. Oh, do Mitchell Trubisky? Do we take Myles Garrett? Myles Garrett's obviously the best player in the draft, an elite edge, and we talk about it every year. Like, oh, got to get an elite edge, and then they come out there and they get like 5 sacks in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty solid first year. And then you have Myles Garrett, who had like 10 his first season. And it's just been elite the entire time. It's crazy, like, just thinking, it's like Kayvon Thibodeau is a really good player. Aiden Hutchins is a really good player. It's just like those freak edge rushers that are like elite are just on another level. It's impressive.
Yeah.
Thinking about it.
Next one here, we got Ikem Ekwonu to the Panthers. They passed up on all the quarterbacks here. Like most people thought that they might go and take one. But it ended up being the right call because Ikem Ekwonu was a solid pick. I think this is more of an A, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because he's not perfect right now, but I feel like he's still, part of their plans of the future. I think he's still going to be really productive, and I think he was pretty productive.
You saw the progression.
Yeah.
You saw him increase. Like he didn't have a good start. Speaking of Myles Garrett, he didn't have a good start to his season because his first ever NFL game was get blasted by Myles Garrett all game long.
Mm-hmm.
And he got better and better over the year, and that's with what 3 different starting quarterbacks all season. Like he's somebody that you can look forward to. I thought we liked Dickey, and he performed well. We like that.
Mikey, do you have any thoughts on this boy, Evan Neal?
Evan Neal? He's right tackle, ain't he?
Yeah. Andrew Thomas, he kind of came on strong this year. Evan Neal kind of had a little bit of a lesser year.
Yeah. But, I mean, having Andrew Thomas, right? It's hard to remember everybody. Andrew Thomas as your left tackle and Evan Neal on the right. I mean, Evan Neal, he also showed flashes. Continued to improve throughout the year. I think having Andrew Thomas and Evan Neal as your tackles. But I think this is a good pick.
Would you say A, B, C?
I'd say high B.
Okay, I agree with that.
Yeah, he I'd say B to lower B just for the fact that I'm sure Giants fans have watched it, but there's like videos on like a glaring problem that Evan Neal has. And like teams exposed it all the time, and he struggled with it. But he was good. The bull rush, just straight up, someone straight into his chest, and he got blown back all the time. Like he struggled getting used to the NFL, I guess, strength. But that's something like that's just like nitpicking. Like that was he was starting to get beat up on.
He'll be hitting the weight room.
He'll learn with Andrew Thomas too. I feel like they both kind of struggled.
Dude, I'm still salty about that. The Giants, the year they took Andrew Thomas, they had the pick right before the Browns, and they took like for the first 3 rounds, they took the same position that the Browns did, and they took the guy I wanted them to take each time. So instead, we get Jedrick Wills, who just decides he's going to stop playing half the time in the middle of a snap.
Next one here is Drake London. I think this one's still not fully certain. But
Alrighty, I will come out. I was totally against this dude. I called this guy garbage. He is okay. I'll give it a solid B.
Yeah, I was gonna say B.
And only giving it a B because he proved better than what I thought. It should be a D because I effing told you guys Garrett Wilson was another breed.
Yeah.
He was a Justin Jefferson level, and you guys should take him.
They should have taken Garrett.
6'6". He's 6'6".
No, I do think Garrett Wilson.
Not bad.
Yeah. All right. So next one is the Seattle Seahawks taking Charles Cross, tackle out of Mississippi State. I think he worked out fantastic for the Seahawks, actually.
Yeah.
A.
Can't hate what the Seahawks did last year.
No. I guess we'll go on to Garrett Wilson, 6-foot wide receiver out of Ohio State. Offensive player of the year. Mikey, are you saying this tier too?
I give it an F. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's S tier.
Yeah.
He's so good, bro. Not even fair.
All right, number 11.
And we all knew it too. We were talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Number 11, we can hindsight and basically see what they gave up to make this trade, and that is the New Orleans Saints trading up for Chris Olave. They ended up trading a 10th overall pick after the season ended. So they traded with the Eagles, I want to say, to get up here, and gave up that high pick for Chris Olave, who did have a solid year.
I give this a high B, maybe low A.
I would say A. I think he's really good. I feel like
he's so good, dude. It was Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave. Those two dudes are absolute studs.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, too, like people are like, well, why do you got Jarvis Landry, you got Michael Thomas? Like, you don't have them. Like, they're old and not like great anymore. And I love Juice, but like Chris Olave was incredible. Like, he was their wide receiver 1 for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to think of like the premiums that elite receivers are getting nowadays. Like, I don't think that. Like what can you take with the 10th overall? Like Lucas Van Ness would be nice, but you still have. Yeah, I think it's a great pick.
Yeah. All right, and then the next one here that we have is Jameson Williams. Didn't get to see too much of the field, but he did make a splash play. One of those long touchdown catches in Detroit. But I mean, people knew he was going to get injured, or that he was already injured when they made this pick. So I don't hold it against him too much.
Mikey and I were talking about it. We were thinking like it's just an NA. Like we can't really grade it, even with the 2020 vision. Don't really know the best wide receivers that we would have taken besides him were all taken beforehand. So you're not like missing out on somebody that you
just wait and see.
You should have had. Yeah, like we'll see. And he showed flashes of what you even got him for in his first game back. But that just absolutely turning the entire.
Bye, Gage. Anyways, we'll move on to this next one here. With Jordan Davis out of Philly, the Eagles get Jordan Davis here, and I would say this one is a B pick. Jordan Davis, I think he still has some things to just technically learn to make more of an impact rather than just absorb bodies. But I don't think he necessarily did a bad job.
It also doesn't help that he had to play with Fletcher Cox and Javon Hargrave, who just played out of their minds all year long.
Well, and then later on,
he got hurt for a little bit.
Yeah, later on they added Ndamukong Suh and Linval Joseph as well. But I would say this is a B pick because he still has that potential in him still. Number 14, Kyle Hamilton to the Ravens. He struggled as a safety, but like I said during the draft process, I'm not drafting him to be a safety. I want him to be a slot guy. And he actually performed really well in the slot. So I think this is a B pick.
He struggled, and then they got Roquan Smith, and that defense figured something out, and he played a lot better.
Well, he played very well in the slot, Kyle Hamilton did. So I think he's kind of carved out that role for himself because he's bigger. He can handle the tight ends. He can handle the wide receivers a little bit better. So I think this is a B pick. Otherwise, based on his safety play, this is like a D or C.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, next one here, number 15, Kenyon Green to the Houston Texans. I would say this is like a C or D here.
Yeah, C.
Unless he turns it over, this is a waste of a pick. I'm going to say C for now. Next year might be a D.
He played okay, though. I think it was bad value, but he played good.
I'll keep it a C then.
Like him and Tunsil were like their good line, and everyone else kind of struggled, but he played good.
What's his face? What's the other tackle there?
Yeah, they have another guy that's actually good. I was thinking of it. They have two tackles. Juwan.
No. Well, they just got Juwan James, I think, or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, okay. I don't think Kenyon Green was the right pick here for the Texans. They should have gone somewhere else. So I'm going to keep it a C. Number 16, we got Jahan Dotson to the Washington Commanders. This is an A pick or a B?
I'd go B.
He did have quite a few yards, though. Like he wasn't like a slouch. He's just not the dominant guy.
He blew up in the beginning of the year and then kind of faltered towards the end.
Well, he had a lot of quarterback turnover as well. He played really well with, was it Heineke? Was it him that he played well with, or was it Wentz that he played well with? Because he
played better with Wentz than he did with Heineke.
Right. Yeah.
And then Scary Terry played better with Heineke than he did with Wentz.
Yeah. But I think this is a B pick because he's going to be...
Yeah. I mean, we talked about how much I love you. Like, that dude just reminds me of Antonio Brown. I think he's a stud.
Yeah. Number 7.
And the good ways of football, Antonio Brown. Not... I'm going to pull my dick out in the pool, Antonio Brown.
So number 17, we got Zion Johnson. This is a guard for the Chargers. I'll be honest, I don't remember hearing much about him throughout the season.
Which is probably a good thing when you're a lineman.
So B?
I'd go B.
B's kind of like our average, I guess. Number 18, we got Treylon Burks, the Titans. And we got to factor in the trade of losing A.J. Brown here, too.
C.
Yeah, if we're going to factor in that trade, then it's C.
Burks as a player, I think he played well. I think he played better than I expected him to play, to be honest. I was kind of more down on him at the end of the draft process. But giving up A.J. Brown, who went on to lead the Eagles wide receiver corps to Super Bowl, I just don't know why you would do that. Yeah,
I still don't get that. Yeah, that was so stupid. I love Treylon Burks. Yeah, he was my draft sweetheart. Like, I knew Garrett Wilson was better. I love Garrett Wilson. But I just loved how Treylon Burks played. I just liked watching him. And as soon as he was drafted to the Titans, I was like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
I was so happy when they made that trade, though. Oh, man.
Just know, like, there's some teams, like, man, there's just not going to be so much for him there.
Mhm.
And that the Titans are one of them. The Titans are in like a weird place where they're not bad, but they're not good enough, and their passing game is just dreadful.
Yeah.
So we'll see. That's a wait and see for me.
Alrighty. Number 19, we got Trevor Penning to the... Oh, this is the one that they traded up for. Sorry. They traded up for Trevor Penning from whatever spot. Well, I guess we'll get there. But they traded the pick that ended up being the 10th overall pick. So that we'll factor that into this one.
I say this is a C or D. The guy played yeah, he didn't play great, and then he had multiple problems. And being an a-hole is all well and good as a lineman, but when you're doing it to your own team and they have to take you from practices, or you're causing personal fouls in games in the season, you can't control yourself.
So we're saying D?
It's a problem. Yeah. If we're factoring in that trade, I mean, you traded up for a guy that you don't even want on the field half the time. I mean,
Yeah.
that's not.
All right. Mikey, your thoughts on Kenny Two Gloves Pickett?
Trash. I'm just kidding. Kenny Pickett is...
He was better than Malik Willis.
Yes. I was going to say, he played okay.
That's garbage. Malik Willis should have went number one, remember?
He played okay. I think this pick could have waited. Definitely could have waited. You did not have to draft him here at 20 overall. You could have got him in the second round, probably, to be honest with you. Should have taken someone else, but, I mean, could he be the quarterback of the future? And that's kind of why you took him here, because he's your guy. You liked him, whatever. For the whole pick, I give it low B.
Gage, low B or C?
B.
Okay.
He played better than what he expected. My thing is he's just going to be Baker Mayfield. Like you guys made fun of us for ever because we had Baker Mayfield as our quarterback. Congrats, you guys had that with Kenny Pickett.
Yeah. All right. Number 21, Trent McDuffie to the Kansas City Chiefs. I think he wasn't necessarily even their best rookie corner, right?
No, but he's pretty solid. I'd say B.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
I mean, when you're a starter, when you're a starter and you win the Super Bowl, and you're a positive starter, not a negative starter, I mean, you can't really hit on that pick.
No. That was one of their two first-round picks, if I'm not mistaken. Speaking of teams with two first-round picks, the Packers take Quay Walker. Kind of a surprise at the time, but he did play a lot better than I think I expected him to. What are your guys' thoughts, though?
B.
B?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Played good.
Played good.
That ending was kind of crappy for him, but
yeah.
I don't think it.
Prima donna right there.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be fine.
All right, number 23, Kyer Elam to the Bills. I'm going to give this one a C. I don't think he's bad, but, like, he wasn't really on the field for him, right?
It just felt like they took a corner because they needed a corner, so they just took who was there, even though corners were kind of skin.
I mean, I still liked him at the time last year, but he didn't really like factor into their team as I think
he got benched.
Yeah, I think he still has time to turn it around, but yeah, I think we'll stick with a C right there.
Did he? Oh,
I think he got benched at one point.
I was thinking a little higher of the guy. I thought he played great towards the end of the year.
No, he just played great against the Patriots.
He did like to do that.
I'm just messing.
Mikey, you are so like bright right now.
Yeah, it's because I pulled up.
Okay. Next one here is Tyler Smith, kind of another surprise pick, because he was out of Tulsa, but he played very well. I think this is an A pick. He slotted in at left tackle in a pinch, and then he played left guard with whoever the other left tackle is really well. I thought Taylor Smith is an A pick here.
I'm good with that.
I'll give it an A.
All right, number 25 here, we got Tyler Linderbaum, the Ravens' second first-round pick here. They traded
Whatever.
Hollywood
He's
Browns.
decent. Move on.
Yeah, they traded Hollywood Brown for that.
I'll give this one an A.
Yeah, starting center.
Yeah. Move on.
Oh,
Nothing no good. Hey, enjoy what you guys had. Because look how the Lamar situation. No fun for you guys this offseason.
all right, so the third pick in this draft for the Jets was Jermaine Johnson, edge out of Florida State. D pick. He didn't really get onto the field that much.
No, I didn't really play.
They were pumped about that pick too. But yeah, right now we'll go with C. Yeah, he has a chance to turn that around. All right, so for our next pick here, we have the second pick in the first round for the Green Bay Packers, and that's Devontae Wyatt, defensive tackle out of Georgia. He, I feel like, played pretty well for the Packers there.
Yeah.
Any feelings, any strong opinions there?
Who needs receivers?
Who needs quarterbacks either?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know the Packers didn't play great last year, and that's going to happen when they kind of just had like one of those off years. But then he took away his best player, Aaron Rodgers. And I thought the rookie receivers did pretty well for what they had. Their defense players contributed. Their defense wasn't really the problem all year.
Did Devontae Wyatt play much?
Yeah, he did. I think he started.
Okay. We'll give that an A pick because I feel like the value for that pick was good, and that position tends to mature with time. Next pick here, Mike.
I have a request.
Oh, yeah.
I have a request. Can you please find the clip of Michael's reaction to this next pick and insert that into the video?
It would be great.
I'll just do it right now. You get down the fifth round! There you go.
Perfect. Saves me a whole lot of editing. Thank you.
There you go. Redid it for you.
So we're gonna watch it. Guy.
So is this an S tier pick? Is this S tier?
I give it S.
On the real though. On the real.
On the real?
On the real.
At least high A.
Yeah? You like this pick?
Pretty good. Yeah, he was actually really good. He was our starter all year.
Solid.
I'll pull up some quick.
Get ready for McClendon Curtis in the first round.
Right, bro. If I could type, I'll tell you what. I'll
Tell you what. And there goes Gage.
For you. He played 982 offensive snaps last year. He had 6 penalties and he allowed 5 sacks.
So not the best, but definitely.
Yeah, not the best, but
for a rookie out of Chattanooga.
Chattanooga. I mean, I give it an A. That's not an S pick, but
A lot better than you thought.
well, way better.
So when I try to talk you off the ledge next time, you might listen to me a little bit more.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Know that he tested the 7th high, or he tested as the 7th highest guard of all time throughout the entire NFL draft.
oh wow, that is impressive.
So,
And-
I'll give it to him.
90 get the strange 69 jersey.
Yeah, hey, I still gotta pick. I gotta copy one of those this year. So
Yeah. For the Chiefs' second pick of the first round, we have George Karlaftis coming out of Purdue.
A.
A?
B.
B?
B,
B?
B.
D?
B.
He played well. He didn't play elite. He played well and he contributed. B.
D.
Okay. We'll
So
go with
keep
B
saying-
here. All right.
D?
31st overall pick here, Daxton Hill to the Cincinnati Bengals. This is one I really liked at the time. But
I was just kidding.
I think this is a B pick. He'll be the safety here this year as a starter.
Yeah.
They lost both their starters, Von Bell and Jesse Bates, so he'll get his chance to be the safety for Cincinnati Bengals. I think we'll keep it a B now, but next year it might be a C or a D. We'll see.
Yep. Keep it a buck with you.
And then the last pick here is Lewis Seen out of Georgia, safety. What was that?
D.
D.
B.
Dog water.
Dog water.
Donkey teeth.
So
Bonky teeth? What? B?
Sorry, Dylan. Go
No,
ahead,
you're
be
good.
professional.
So Lewis Seen, did he play bad though? Was he a hindrance to that team, or did he contribute?
1,000%. I don't know. Let's find out.
It was 50-50.
He played good some games, and some games you're like, why the hell did we draft this dude?
Sometimes good, sometimes shit.
Sometimes he may be good, sometimes he may be shit. Well, I'll tell you right now, he had 0 tackles, 0 interceptions, 0 targets, and 0 receptions allowed.
All right, I'm gonna go D. Like he wasn't on the
field. Oh, I don't have PFF Plus, so I kind of only have to roll with what they'll give me.
All right. Well, anyways, I think the best pick here, if we're looking back at it, is obviously Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner. The Jets kind of killed this draft for the most part. If we're factoring Tariq Woolen, the Seahawks also killed this draft. Patriots did good. I think they definitely hit below par on this one. So I feel like they did a good job there. The Lions get Nathan Hutchinson, and we'll see about Jameson Williams. But a lot of these teams picking here had 2 or 3 picks in this draft. So just kind of crazy draft all together. But yeah, those are our regraded picks for the 2022 NFL Draft. If you appreciate that, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. So we are going to go carry on with the New England Patriots here. And we got the know-it-all about the Patriots. Mikey, he's #1 fan, knows everything about the Patriots. So
I wish I didn't.
He's going to tell you everything that you need to know about the Patriots offseason this year. But
yep.
I'll let you kind of give us the little spiel so far. How do you feel like the Patriots have done their free agency so far?
I think we've done okay. I think we've done above par, I would say. Maybe slightly.
Do you feel like you're done with the offseason right now, other than the draft, obviously?
I hope not.
What are you hoping for?
Hoping for a little bit of that magic man, DeAndre Hopkins.
What are you trading for DeAndre Hopkins? What are you hoping to trade? Second round, third round.
I'd give a second for him, but he would have to
take pay cut.
Yes, he would have to rework his contract. Well, that's the only way we'd be able to get him anyway. So,
especially with Bill O'Brien there.
Yeah, dude. If we had D-Hop, Juju, Devontae Parker, Kendrick Bourne, and then Tyquan Thornton coming on, bro. We could have quite the little decent receiving core there finally.
Yeah, and then you just need to get a quarterback that can get the ball to them.
Wait, hey, hold on.
Mac Jones isn't bad.
He's not bad, but he's not great yet. But he's also his rookie year. He played decent enough under Josh McDaniels, and then last year that was an absolute fluke. What they did with Patricia and Joe Judge, that was the worst idea they've ever had.
Yeah, that was quite terrible.
That was absolutely horrible.
So I got some transactions here. It kind of started off slow with the Patriots this year. We had a few people retire. They re-signed Matthew Slater. That kind of gets stuff there.
Oh yeah, that's a legend right there.
But the start of the free agency for you guys is the trade. Jonnu Smith to the Atlanta Falcons for a seventh round pick this year.
Thank you, Jesus. He's gone.
Biggest
Not
thing
that he
is,
was terrible, but his contract was terrible, and we needed that gone. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing we only got a seventh round for him because they took his contract.
yes, yeah, I agree with that. Sorry, I just barely moved my mic in front of my face, so hopefully you can hear me better now. But yeah, so Jonnu Smith started it off, and then we got Jonathan Jones re-signing with the Patriots. That's big news for you guys. He might have walked, but
Yeah, he was our cornerback one. He had some terrible moments last year, a few of them, but he's a solid corner. He's kind of getting old. I think he's like 31 now, maybe almost 32 or something. But he's had back injuries and shoulder injuries, so hopefully, probably after this 2-year deal, he's done. But hopefully, he can kind of get rid of those mistakes. He had a few where he would just leave his person wide, like leave it wide open over the middle or on the outside. He would just get dusted way too easy.
oh geez. Yeah, I mean, and it doesn't necessarily take you out of the cornerback market for the draft, where the cornerback position is pretty deep. So
Yeah,
that will be pretty nice for you guys.
I think we'll get one.
Some other ones, we got Raekwon McMillan re-signing, Jabril Peppers re-signing, Yanni Kajus. Oh wait, no, that's more of a tag. Sorry. And then who else? Oh, Mac Wilson stayed around, and Jalen Mills. So some good re-signings there for you.
Yeah.
Not too crazy impactful players, but some cogs to run the machine.
Mm-hmm. And then that little James Robinson right there.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say
I like that. I like that a lot.
Guys got a lot of offensive additions with James Robinson, Juju Smith-Schuster, Riley Reef, and Mike Gesicki was the other big one.
Yep.
So, like, they're not huge, like, take over your franchise kind of players, but, like, I know James Robinson has had, great years with the Jaguars, had a great game with the Jets. And so, yeah, add, a replacement for Damian Harris. Yeah.
Who is now
I like
with the
that.
Buffalo Bills.
He
What a traitor.
is a traitor. Juju, I think the crazy thing about Juju is it's a 3-year deal. Like he's
what,
yeah.
25?
Yeah, he's pretty young. He's like 25, 26, I think.
And a lot of people were complaining that this was like a deal like Jacoby Myers was wanting.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm sorry, bro. Juju's better than Jacoby.
I think so. Especially,
I wasn't like a real big Jacoby fan. Like, yes, he was good. He came in, he played with heart, he tried and whatnot. But like, the dude just didn't score touchdowns. He barely got over 1,000 yards. It's like this dude's like really not that good. He's just what we have, so that's why we like him. We want to keep him around. Like, you don't want to keep average players around and pay them a lot of money when you can get a guy like Juju or then save some kind of sort of money. They're probably going to save money on this deal, and then they might be able to go sign D-Hop right now or something. You never know.
Yeah, and I think he's young, but I feel like he has a lot of experience to share with that locker room. So I feel like it's a really good signing. And then the other one, Mike Gesicki, I think is an interesting deal because like he definitely has those moments where he's like a very good, vertical tight end, but he is also just not like a game breaker either. Like he has his moments, but I feel like that's way more worth the contract than Jonnu Smith is. So.
Oh, yep, 100%. I think that's probably why they did it too, because it's way cheaper than Jonnu. Get him for another year to have another decent tight end in that spot under Hunter Henry, who's probably going to still be the main guy again.
Yeah. Well, and then, so the retirements that you guys had, you got Dante Hightower recently retired. You had Devin McCourty retire. Released Brian Hoyer. Who are some other big? Jake Bailey got released.
He
Let's
goes and
see.
signs with the Dolphins.
Yeah,
What's with our team, bro?
man. Just a lot of AFC East inbreeding right there.
I guess.
But so let's take a look at. I like to take a look at like positional spending because for me that kind of shows where teams are with um where their roster construction is, if that makes sense.
Mm,
And so leading up to the draft, I always like looking at that because you can see, okay, well, like for example, Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi kind of indicates that you're not looking for a
cheap.
quarterback for this draft. You might pick one up in the seventh round or an undrafted free agent or whatever.
Mhm.
The running backs that you have, it kind of seems like you're not looking too much for a running back either. But your wide receivers, it looks like you could definitely add one and get like a true alpha guy potentially. But right now, you
Yeah.
guys got a lot of just spread out talent across the board there. Tight ends, Hunter Henry and Mike Gesicki are great, but I feel like you guys could add one, in later rounds.
Yep.
Tight or tackle is kind of like the position that most people are expecting the Patriots to try and upgrade in the first round
We do need to.
because Juice isn't really like full bore like you just leave him out there kind of guy. Trenton Brown's your best,
Yeah. He's the
kind
best
of a
tackle.
good vet.
Mhm.
And then your interior is fine. I don't think there's really an issue there. Then this is the one that I think is like this sneaky addition is edge because you guys do have Matt Judon, and Josh Uche and Dietrich Wise and Ronnie Perkins, but like I feel like Judon and Uche are pretty close to um, retire, not retiring, but like being out of. Let's see here. I was gonna look at multi-year summary. This one's also a good one to look at. Let's see here. Okay, yeah. So defensive line, um, you have Matt Judon has 2 years, and then Josh Uche has the last year here, so he
Mhm.
potentially might be gone. Um, so to me, that's one of the reasons why I feel like an edge might be a good thing to pick in the first round because Uche's gone. If you try and pay him, you're gonna have to pay him even more than you already are paying, or not already are paying Judon, but you'd have to pay more on that position. So it's just
Yep.
something to think about. But I think safety, or sorry, secondary wise, Kyle Duggar is close to being, um, needing a new contract.
Yep.
And then you have like, Marcus, Jack Jones are good corners. Jalen Mills will be has just a 1 year deal.
Hopefully
So
we don't re-sign him.
yeah,
You guys know. I don't like Jalen Mills.
yeah. So I think that like the biggest like areas for the Patriots to upgrade are offensive tackle, wide receiver. If you can get like a true alpha wide receiver, edge, and then just filling in the rest of the board, I guess.
Yep.
Who do you want in the first round? With that being said,
mm, depending on the way the board falls, I'm not too sure really who would be there. I'd be cool with like a Brian Branch,
okay.
Joey Porter, maybe a Miles Murphy or like a Willie McDonald.
What about the one that I had you guys taking is Nolan Smith. I think he'd
He's
be
the
a really good.
linebacker, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a edge rusher, but he also can
There you
drop
go.
back
Okay.
in coverage.
Yeah, I like that too.
What about wide receivers? Are you taking wide receiver first round? If
Yeah.
Njigba is there, would you take him?
Maybe. I would for sure consider it.
What do you think happens? Who do you think the Patriots take this year?
Well, here's what's going to happen. We're going to
McClendon
trade all the way
Curtis.
back. We're going to trade all the way back to like 28 or something to get like a third round pick out of it. So some team's going to fleece us by moving up 14 spots, and actually they're only going to give us like a fifth out of it or something. It might as well just give us a six to add to like our 3 other 6-round picks that we have this year. So that's how that's going to happen. And then Bill Belichick, the genius GM that he is, he's just going to go out there with that 6-round pick and draft the best thing there ever was.
Yeah, 6-round picks are a big hit for the Patriots. So
yeah, we do all right with those, I guess. Now we will move back though, probably a few spots, and then we'll probably end up taking that other guard out of Chattanooga there.
yeah, McClendon Curtis, I like it. Yeah, I feel like those are really good like options. I think people like Miles Murphy, Nolan Smith are going to be on the discussion. I feel like the Njigbas and maybe like Jordan Addison might be kind of in that conversation as well. And the other one that I heard a lot about is the guy out of Boston College, Zay Flowers. Yeah, Zay Flowers might be out there. So that's exciting though, being a top 14. Is it 14th, right? 14th pick.
14th.
I think that's exciting because the Patriots don't usually find themselves there. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. Is there any other free agents out there that you are wanting? Let's see who's even out there for you guys.
Go to receiver.
Free agency available. Kenny Galladay.
I don't like Kenny Galladay.
Let's go wide receiver then.
Oh, dude, Chosen Anderson's a free agent.
Got Randall Cobb. Marvin Jones isn't bad though. I feel like he does produce a little bit. You got your boy N'Keal Harry.
Oh yeah, dude, bring him back.
Let's find someone that's like Chris Moore. I feel like might fit there.
This is bad.
Yeah, it's not a great list anymore.
Yeah, this is bad.
T.Y. Hilton. Take another Colt receiver to the Patriots. Odell Beckham's all the way at the bottom here. I don't think he's going to you guys though.
No, he's not.
Yeah. I feel like out of this this list, maybe Byron Pringle might be the best wide receiver.
Yeah, well, we already have a burner.
Yeah, Marvin Jones. Andre Roberts hasn't been like too bad, and he has return ability. Rashard Higgins. I think Gage would be pissed if the Patriots got Rashard Higgins. Probably not pissed, but like, yeah. Yeah, this is just not a great list. Let's see just like in general who's out there. So you got Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan, Bud Dupree. I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots, kind of kick the tires on Bud Dupree. Taylor Lewan, though he said he's only going to play left tackle, so
Yeah, he ain't playing open Trent.
He plays on a team that loses their left tackle in the season. I feel like Frank Clark. I think that might actually be a really good signing. Yeah,
Bring him back.
Yeah, Leonard Floyd. Let's see here. JJ Watt. Marcus Peters is almost kind of washed at this point.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yannick Ngakoue still has some good years left on him. He's only 27. I'm sure he's kind of waiting for after the draft.
Yeah, he's not bad.
Clowney is still out there.
He'll be back in Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm sure he will be. Yeah.
He's just like, I just don't want to do this stupid stuff right before the season starts, and then you guys sign me.
Yeah, exactly. See, Miles Jack is still out there.
Really?
Yeah, Miles Jack is out there. I don't know how much of a year he had with Pittsburgh, but he's only 27, so
could revive him.
Yeah, for real. Calais Campbell is out there. He's still got some some tread left on those tires.
It's looking like very little.
Looks like Kareem Hunt is out there. That's surprising.
What?
Is he?
Bro, how some of these dudes not getting picked up?
Yeah, he's not on a contract at all.
Huh.
Let's see here. Mason Rudolph. Dwayne
Oh.
Smoot. Not the worst DN there. And let's see.
Oh, dude, Eli Apple.
Melvin Ingram, Eli Apple, Justin Houston, JD McKissick, Carlos Dunlap. Let's see here.
Juice.
Oh, Eric Fisher technically is out there. Isaiah Wynn.
I think we'll probably re-sign him.
Isaiah Wynn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing ever. Remember when Adam Shaheen was supposed to be the biggest tight end deal out of Penn State or whatever?
How's that working out for you, buddy? Where's your contract?
Ooh, Kyle Van Noy. Another.
Let's give him another go around.
Yeah. So yeah, I think there's still a lot of play for a lot of these free agents, especially after the draft. Once they know, okay, I'm not gonna go to this team and get supplanted right away by a rookie. So it'll be interesting to see. But out of those, who kind of like popped your eye the most?
I was just surprised that a couple of them didn't have one. But honestly, Miles Jack wouldn't be too bad. We need some inside help or an inside linebacker, really bad. And I think getting Miles Jack can kind of revive him a little bit. You know, throw him in our defense. Our defense is pretty user friendly. You'd be pretty bad at football not to.
Hey, but you got Mac Wilson, or however you call it, Mac Wilson.
Yeah, Mac Wilson.
Yeah, he's got it locked down already.
We need one more. We need one more.
All right, so you're making a bet. You're putting $50 on who the Patriots take in the first round if they stay at 14. Who is it?
There's so many spots they could go. Can I just say a position?
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know
position. Yeah.
Left tackle.
Left tackle. Okay, so more than likely, before you get to your pick, you're going to have Paris Johnson and Skoronski off the board. So you have Anton Harrison.
Broderick Jones.
I think Broderick Jones is probably the Patriots guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. But, okay. And then, as of right now, where do the Patriots sit in the AFC East? Ranking-wise. As little homer as possible.
As right now as every team in the AFC East sits.
Yes.
I think we can still be the number 2 team in that division.
Over who? Who's number 1?
The Bills.
The Bills. That's okay. Then you're better than the Dolphins.
We're better than the Dolphins, and then the Dolphins better than the Jets.
Okay. How are you guys better than the Dolphins? I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
All right. So last year we know the Dolphins got their new head coach, Mike McDaniels, right? They were going all in on how good of a coach Mike McDaniels is and how good Tua is. Mike McDaniels had all these plays to show Tua how good he really was. And, the Dolphins, oh my goodness, dude, they're doing so good this year. They're going to make the playoffs. They're doing amazing. Everyone loves them, dude. Oh my goodness, they're really going to do it. They finished one game better than us. And we had Matt Patricia as our offensive coordinator, along with Joe Judge. And our offense last year was absolutely anemic. It was terrible. And now we have Bill O'Brien. We got Juju. We got James Robinson. We still have Devontae Parker, who made some crazy catches. We have Kendrick Bourne, who can maybe revive himself again this year. We still have Ramondre Stevenson, and we have an actual offense now. And from last year only being one game behind the Dolphins and missing out on playoffs, when the Dolphins had this crazy good year last year, we're better than the Dolphins. I'm sorry, guys. You guys still aren't better than us, and you never will be.
So, just to kind of respond as the devil's advocate too, if Tua is healthy the whole year, does that change your mind? Because when he
Tua
was
turned the ball over.
when he was healthy, they had a really good record. So they also added Jalen Ramsey.
Washed.
Okay. Who else?
Juju's gonna be doing his
Hey,
TikTok
whoa. When Tua's not on the field, they got Mike White throwing the ball around the field.
He's already been in the division. We know about him. Washed.
Oh, okay. So, you're saying signed, sealed, and delivered. Patriots are clearly number 2, or it's like they are number 2 in your mind, but it's a tight race.
It is a tight race, but
Okay.
but just going off of what I was saying, I think it's hard to make a different argument that we're not.
I feel like the Dolphins, it's their first year with their quarterback, their head coach. They're building even further. The Jets might be getting Aaron Rodgers, which does make the Jets
that's why I said
a lot
it's
better.
right now.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're like
There's a bunch of other things.
You got good. You got
right
yeah.
now,
Yeah.
We're gonna be coming down, so I'm gonna get up there while I can.
You got some good logic. I'll give that to you. So no, that's fun. But I think that's a good place to kind of leave this at. And then we will get back to the Patriots after the draft, right?
Yep.
And just kind of go over their draft, see how that impacts. But if you stay till the end of this video, that means you like this kind of content. Or you're a Patriots fan that wants to hate on what we do, or an AFC East fan that wants to hate on what we do. But if you can drop a like, you can. Huh?
I told them to bring it. They're from the AFC East. Other teams, bring it on. I'm about it. I'm about to smoking it. I'm a keyboard warrior, just like you guys.
Oh yeah,
I'm there.
But yeah, drop a like if you have some opinions to share with us. Drop a comment and subscribe. You get more of this content. Helps you out. Helps us out. I think that's the best deal that there is. But other than that, have a good one. Enjoy this off season.
Peace out.